In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to use the XLIFF module in order to translate a document from one language to another. When we do this, we will be using the XLIFF ribbon here, and we'll use the export text button for the first step. Now, before we do that, let's take a quick look at this document. We're not going to translate the entire document. I'm just going to translate a couple sections just so you understand how it works. But one of them is going to be on the first page here. There's this text box. It's just a simple rich text box. We're going to translate that one, so I would just point that one out. And on the third page, there's a different type of text here. It's a, let's get it back into, yeah, this text box is metadata text, so it does a little different when you do the translate. So without further discussion here, let's go and press on the export text button. We'll keep all of the default settings here, and then I'm just going to name this translate 11, and we'll hit OK. And I'll be back with you with the file system. Okay, so here's the exported file, translate11.zip. That's the file that was created when we did the export. So the next step in the process is going to be to unzip this. So we'll right click here and extract all, and we'll look and see what data is exported from that document. So if we open up this file here, you'll see there's a number of RTF. Now we could have chosen HTML or Word files for these, but I went with the default RTF. And each of these is a RTF text box, a rich text box from your document. I happen to know that text box 6 is the one that we're going to translate. So you'll see that it exports something like this, and the translator can use a common program like Word or something to translate it. So let's back up here. I've pulled the strings, some of the text strings out, and already translated them for us. So here's our title. We'll copy that in here, and so on. I'll do the rest off video. The other type of field that you'll see is this XML file here. And this is in XLIFF format. So this can be brought up into any common XLIFF editor that supports that format version 2.0. Okay, here's that XML file opened up in a program called Ocelot. This is just an example of an XLIFF editor. You can certainly use your own choice on this editor. But what they'll all have is a source field and a target field. And initially, both of these will be in the original language of your document, and someone would use a program like this to go translate all the different strings that are used in the document. So if you notice here, this identify the shock and then the description of that field is the part that we're going to edit. And in this one, you would edit this by just selecting this and changing that text out into French in the case of here. Okay, here you can see that we've made the changes that we talked about in the Ocelot program here. That you can see that we made French for these two fields. So we'll save that back to its original file name. Close that. And then I also made the changes to the one page of the Word document. And we'll save this back out as text box 6. And so we'll now look at this folder here. And these are all the files that came out, and they've been modified at this point. So the next step is to take all of these and zip them back up, compress to a zip file. Let's see, import this .zip. Okay, so now that we're back into the software here, we can go and use the import text button, and we will choose that import this zip file that we created from all our files zipped together. And then we will open that back up. And before you do this, you need to know that this is going to take over and it's going to replace all the text in your document with the new text. So you're going to want to save this new one as a new file name, or you'll end up overwriting your original source. So let's bring that in, and you'll notice right off the bat that this front page, the text that we edited there, changed out for us. This was text that we edited in Word. Now for the other type of text, let's switch down to the third page here again, and let's look at the metadata text. This was edited in the XLIFF editing software, and you can see that the one that we actually changed, we changed out, and now that will be displayed properly in French in the document. I hope that you found this video helpful, and please subscribe to our channel, and we'll have more useful videos coming up.